I am planning my 1 year anniversary party for Jar Productions. I think we found our party location. And then with the balloon arch in front of it, it's just going to be, it's literally gonna be magical.
Breaking news.
Global story.
Air travel, credit card payment systems, banks.
A massive global technical outage.
But at the end of the day, the servers were shut down.
So today is the day after the 1 year anniversary party. I have a lot to catch you guys up on. It was honestly so much fun. The turnout was way better than I could have imagined. I just totally am so excited for what the future has to hold now with Jar Productions. It just like opened my eyes to like this could be a lot bigger than I ever expected. Yeah, I mean, I owe you guys a lot of explanation because I know that I left you guys on a cliffhanger, I guess, seeing if my mom was gonna make it into town, if my friend was gonna make it into town for the event. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna have picture recaps, I have a video recap, and then all the stories in between. Let's get into this. And last video, which if you haven't watched, you can click here or here. I don't know if this thing flips. But if you have seen that video already, the last thing we ended off with was whether or not my mom was gonna make it into town, whether or not my friend was gonna make it into town because of the global, actually I don't know if it was global, nationwide, I'm not sure, but the day that all of that happened was just insane from the beginning. Let's take us back to Friday, July 19th, which was the day before our 1 year anniversary party. My mom's flight was supposed to get in around 3 p.m. She ended up getting here about 4, so there wasn't too much delay on her end. However, my friend Abby was flying out later with a different airline. That's where things kind of got a little hairy. So I picked my mom up from the airport, like I said, around 4:30-ish, maybe closer to 5, because they had to get a rental car. And if you've ever been to the Atlanta airport and try to get a rental car, literally insane. I pick up my mom, we go to the Airbnb, I have all of the stuff. I mean, so many drinks, so many bags, the giveaways, the backdrop, the signage, the drink menu, anything you can think of for the party. I went ahead and took it down to the Airbnb so that I wouldn't have to worry about coming back up to my apartment, which I ended up forgetting something anyway, so I had to still come back up to my apartment, but that's besides the point. We go to Tacos and Tequila, which is a Mexican restaurant here in Atlanta, and it was delicious. They had some good vibes going with some good music, good drinks, good food. And then I just had to take my mom to Jenny's, which is just to die for. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Jenny's, but if you haven't, you should definitely, if there's one in your state, go to one. Otherwise, they do sell them in the pints, which isn't as good. It's not as fresh, but it's still just the best ice cream I've ever had. And I'm not an ice cream kind of person like that. So for me to say that is like, we take that back to the Airbnb, and at this point it's about 8 p.m. My friend's flight keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. She was supposed to take off at 7 p.m., get here at 11:30 p.m. But it keeps getting delayed, keeps getting delayed, keeps getting delayed. Eventually, she finally boards the flight at midnight, and her flight does not get here until 3 in the morning. So that leaves me on the morning, the wee hours of the morning of July 20th, the day of my party. I have to go to the airport, pick up my friend at 3 a.m. Not the best for these bags under my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I take a quick little nap between midnight and 3 a.m. before I have to go pick her up from the airport. I pick her up, driving downtown Atlanta, dead tired, but we're finally reunited. Finally reunited at 3 in the morning. She's tired, I'm tired. We take ourselves back to this Airbnb and we crash, we knock out. So the next morning, I was trying to do something fun with my family and Abby and Sam before the party because I was gonna work them to the bone later on, and so I was trying to treat them a little bit. And so we had planned to go float down the Chattahoochee River, which I love doing. It's very relaxing. It's not like taking too much energy out of yourself. So it was supposed to be just like a chill morning. Well, a chill morning it was not. We wake up and we're getting ready to go to the river, and we realize that there was an E. coli outbreak. It had rained so much during the night before that it had like washed E. coli into the river or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put like a link to an article or a screenshot of the article here. Nonetheless, it got canceled. So we got a refund for that. At that point, I was like, this is a sign to like take things slow today. Let's not rebook anything else. Let's just hang out. Let's just chill. So we head to Publix first because we are picking up a cake. And when I tell you guys This cake was atrocious. Atrocious. This is the first of many issues we had all night long. I'm going to insert a short clip of what this cake looked like. And I say short because we stopped recording because the cake looked that bad. We were taking it to the front and I was just expressing my distaste for this cake. It was, oh, I wish there was a better picture of this cake, guys, because if you could just see what this cake looked like, you guys would just be like, I'm just like, how did you guys write on this cake and try to sell this cake to me? Like, it was lopsided. The letters went from really big to really small because it looked like they ran out of room. Established 2023 was huge when obviously jar productions is like the #1 thing of this that's supposed to be like on this cake. So I'm just like, Sam fixed it. We went back to the bakery. We like let them know this just was not acceptable for us. They redid the cake. So we had to come back in a few hours. In the meantime, we went back to the Airbnb to kind of get prepped for things. We started filling the swag bags. We started blowing up the balloons. And then I get a text message from the videographer that was supposed to be there. Text message at 11:45 in the morning. And my event, he was supposed to be there at 6:30. So we're talking less than a 7-hour notice, telling me that he was sick and that he's unable to make it today. So dumpster fire 2 that I'm having to put out. So I'm like, I have to have a videographer for this. I have to have a photographer. I have to have somebody documenting the evening. So I'm Googling, where do I find a videographer? I end up on this website called bark.com, which I've never been on before. I was like, let's just give it a shot. So I put out a job posting, like a listing, I guess. It just seems like it was like on a kind of a forum. Within 5 minutes, I have like 8 people that have messaged me. And one of them was this great studio that I would 100% recommend. Hagewood Studios, located in Roswell, Georgia. They had the videographer. His name was David Jones. He did great. Spoiler alert. So just put yourself in the headspace. You know, I've been planning this event for over about 2 months now. I thought I had secured a videographer. I had a meeting with him earlier in the week to go over the shot sheet. To my surprise, less than 7 hours before the event starts, he's canceling. So I'm like so stressed out. I'm trying not to take it out on everybody, but I was just like, why is this happening? Why is a cake happening? Why is this happening? Then I get about 6 text messages from people saying, oh, I'm sick tonight. Oh, I can't make it tonight. And that's when I started really like spiraling. I was like, this event is going to crash and burn. It's just gonna crash and burn because all of these negative things are happening. Then I had to remember what I said in the last video, is that who is supposed to be there is gonna be there. So now I have the new videographer booked. I have a new cake on the way. I have the majority of everything packed and ready to go. So then we fast forward to 3 o'clock when I was picking the cake back up. I won't say it was perfect. I think there are things that I would have changed about it, but it was a lot better than it was before. So we pack up the car. We head down to the event. They allow us to come in 30 extra minutes early with no charge. I cannot say enough great things about Chill Studios. That's where we actually had the event at. They were helpful all night long. The 2 people that were there that were like our liaison kind of role were there for anything we asked. They were right on it. Just overall 10 out of 10 experience. So we get to the event, we're setting up, we're putting the balloons on the balloon arches, we're setting the food out for the guests, we're getting the bar ready. Sam is behind the bar getting everything ready. And 7 o'clock comes around and people start showing up. They're taking pictures at the photo wall, they're dancing to the DJ, they're getting their gifts from the vendors, they're getting drinks, they're getting food, they're having a good time, they're talking, they're laughing. And I'm looking around and I'm like, this is exactly how it was supposed to be. You know, I stressed out about this for 2 months. 2 months about, are people gonna be here? Are they gonna think this party is lame? Are they gonna enjoy the music? Are they gonna like the food? Are they gonna like the drinks? Just any negative thought that could come past my brain came through my brain. In the moment, I was just like, again, this is just how it's supposed to be. Everything came to fruition. We all were having a great time. The people who catered at Local Expedition, they brought cookies as well, like 2 huge platters of chocolate chip cookies. So we had extra dessert on top of the cake. Everyone loved the drinks. Everyone was vibing with the music. I would say the turnout was bigger than I expected, that people were gonna actually show up. People were showing up that I had no idea that they were actually gonna show up. 10 out of 10 experience. I definitely will be throwing more parties soon in the future. I just again want to thank everybody that was part of the event, our sponsors, Injury to Wellness Centers, Kairos Immigration Consulting, Shari Trahan, and Caesar Lumez, as well as our vendors, Haven Hoops, Local Expedition, and Lit Essentials. A big shout out to Sam for being the best bartender. Everybody loved the drinks. They said they were so tasty and fun. And of course, Ken as well from Grid Chiropractic, who was the most amazing DJ. Everybody was vibing with the music. Can't say enough about the people that were involved in the event. And I just want to thank everybody for coming and having a good time and celebrating 1 year of Jar Productions. So I know that was a lot of rambling, but I feel like I needed to give some sort of conclusion from part 1 of this video and just show that everything wasn't easy and that there were doubts and there were fumbles, you know, right at the finish line. We had all these dumpster fires we're trying to fix at the very last second, but everything came together perfectly. I honestly can't wait to start the next one. I think I learned a lot from this last event that I will take into my any other future events that I plan or I'm hosting or sponsoring. I want to thank everybody a million times. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And without further ado, I'm gonna show some pictures here. I'm gonna show some videos here. I hope all you guys enjoyed watching this video and you are all invited to my next event.